No, we can do the normal one, I think. There we go. All right, let's go. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Sacrebricks. So Shan going to be on the Abathur. Stixler will be on the Hanzo. Malorum will be on the Lili. Andrade is going to be on the Anub'arak, and we're going to be having Megumilk is going to be on the Zeratul. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Disturbance, with Kurt's going to be on the Malthael. We'll be having Captain Roberts on the Vala. Rathling will be playing the Varian. Belial will be on the Joanna, and Mobo will be on the Uriel. Come on now, Ariel. I was like, yeah, we got this. Angel. No, just a horse or goat lady. Yeah, that makes sense. Spray's going out. Let's go ahead and actually take a peek at the level 1 talents here. We are going to be having Hanzo with the standard simple geometry build for Battlefield of Eternity, as this will be our first map in this best of 3 series for Division D West. This is a replay cast. Thank you all for joining me for that. And now Rathling going to be diving in here. A lot of good damage coming out from Anub'arak. They don't do any more, but that Abathur hat will get them some nice pressure value. Speaking of Abathur, going to be going into the pressurized glands at level 1. Some extra just spike burst from those, as well as I think it increases the range mostly, which is extremely great as you compare that into some of the later talents where you can actually get spike burst healing or slowing or any of that kind of stuff, so you just have that extra range from that level 1. But just poke out between the two teams. We do have Vala going into the Hungering Arrow build here, so they'll be trying to stack those up. Andrade. I don't know why I can't say names. It's just the moment I look at them, it's just forget how to read. Moloram. Oh, okay. Moloram, not Malorum. Because that's what I would read, Malorum. But I'm adding letters, I think. So either way, let's go ahead and just get back right into this, as we do have Lili soloing out this lane. They do realize that it's a Lili soloing, so let's make sure that we just check this camp. They're not going to be able to finish this out just yet. It is going to be leashed. Only one of the siege camp members going to be down here. Rathling just trying to get that poke out a little bit. Anchor for the friendly team. Not going into the Lions bang at level 1 for any sort of questing on that. Just going to be having that extra shielding. Sticks are going to be going over the wall just fine, and they'll be able to steal this. They'll be able to steal this away. I don't think they're going to be able to invade here, even with an Abathur-hatted Lili. I know it's one of the strongest things in the game, but it's not going to be the possibility here. This is also going to be the top lane. It's held up pretty well. It looks like we also have Malthael really not trying to push up the wave too quickly. They're just taking their time with this. They're not trying to rush any of the pressure you're going to play by their gate, because the thing is, Zeratul doesn't do too well by those front gates. So they're just being able to not be too far into the lane. Like this could be a little risky, but they just get some shielding. The Abathur hat goes back onto them. We'll see if they're able to. Emphasis on the first syllable. The first syllable. Thanks for coming by. I'm glad you're checking out the games. Ooh, Captain Rep. This is going to just be the right-hand side bruiser camp is going to be grabbed here. We'll also be having Stixer with the left side, so easy bruiser camp pickup. So we do have 5 stacks on simple geometry for that Hanzo, so only a quarter of the way through that questing talent. We do have Vala picking up the quest of the puncturing arrow. Level 4, going to be trying to stack those up. Once that is finished, it's extremely powerful into this immortal phase, as well as you get the reset from the from your vault at level 7. It's just going to be a strong empowerment with that. But now we have the burrow charge in. That's going to be some good damage coming up from Anub'arak onto this Joanna, who's just stun locked consistently. Nice use of the Impale to follow up just to lock him down a little bit further. We do have the blink out from Zeratul, and now this is going to be the swap, as this has gone over in favor for the members of Disturbance. A little bit of poke out. Be able to just swap over to these sides now. I think they're just going to go straight for the burn, trying to take down these shields. I don't think that they're going to be able to race against this. They could try and push in. Kurt's taking a lot of damage. Burrow in from Anub'arak. Nice 4-person stun knockback from Ariel, but won't be able to get enough. That's going to be Malthael going down. The Immortal is tossed over in their favor. Now Rathling will be going down, and that's a lot of picks before they go in with this Immortal. That's kind of huge to be able to take that out. Have your entire Shaman camp pushing through bottom lane. It will be taken out by the towers, but that means that Malthael and Varian are down, so that Abathur gets free pressure in top lane. they'll be able to burn this down without much contest. The death timers are fairly low, but Varian has to come all the way from core. And this is a Twin Blades Varian into that Lili, so those blinds are going to be a little devastating when they do connect. You can't target who they go to, much of like a lot of Lili's abilities. You can't really target, it's just kind of, they're just happening. But we are going to be having the Varian coming back to the friendly team at this time, trying to siege in with those Twin Blades. And level 7 is really where that starts to become a nuisance, as they can get that auto attack heal. I want to take out this well. The Immortal is going to be going down. That will be 7s though achieved for the members of Sack of Bricks. And they're not going to push any further than that. And it's 12 out of 20 stacks for the Hans. Oh, nice dive in. They're going to be re-engaging, but that's not a lot of mana left for their new Brack player with the nice thing is that they do have the Abathur hat, and they'll also be dropping the HGC Finals banner right as they get over the ground right there. Abathur's still up in this top lane, making sure no one's going to be taking that. Now, Kurtz over here does steal away the siege camp in the top. It will have to be addressed, but Zeratul has some great wave clear, as well as with that Abathur hat. They do have the Adrenal Overload, so that will allow them to have the quicker auto attacks. Take a peek in this bottom, as I think this has been scouted out. Do they go in? They've got, okay, so there's the Sonic Arrow out. They don't dive into the point. I was wondering if they would, but it just seems like they were a little out of place for that, so it's not going to be worth it. They also really need these 10s as they get the dive onto 1, and Captain Robert's going to be stepping up and dealing out some damage. They do get a few more stacks on the simple geometry as well. They want to finish that out, as Hanzo has hit that level 7 as well, so they're fully kitted per se, at least with the abilities that they're trying to go for here. Blinds onto that Varian. They're just going to wait for those to go out. Another couple stacks going over to that Hanzo. Burrow in. They don't have that as a disengage. Nice knockback into the wall coming out from Ariel. They're chasing further into this. Hop over the wall with that agility. Lili getting so low. If they had a Hungering Arrow, that would have definitely hungered right after them. No vault to reset that, and they'll just back right out. And they took out this front gate. Mortals will be spawning in a couple seconds here. Camps on the right-hand side and left are up for about 30 seconds on both. Just going to be having the Immortal spawn. They go straight for the burn. It seems like Sack of Bricks wants to go for the defense. They get the reveal onto the Zeratul. Knock back onto the wall. Some poke out here and there, but you can see them just burning right through this Immortal. Kurtz is taking a lot of damage, though. Hanzo does finish out that level 1 questing talent. Now Rathling is trying to dive in onto the Zeratul. And they make the disengage. Nobody going down here. Lili doing a great job of healing up. Burrow charge right out of there. Varian taking a lot of damage themselves, and we get reset for this, but this is also in favor for the side of Disturbance. They've already worked this down halfway. Also trying to poke in here and there. A lot of good burst damage coming out from the Zeratul player. Oh, Ariel needs to get the healing, making sure that Roberts needs to get some autos out here so that they can fill that bar. Malthael will be going down to Hanzo. They pick off Varian, and with a sliver, 1,684 on that Immortal, they'll be able to go ahead and steal away the other side. But the thing is, it's 1,684. Like, they could easily jive in with Vala and get a couple bursts. They just want to wait for some cooldowns, get some of their mana back, knock back onto the Anub'arak player, and yeah, it's as I said, it was a couple shots off. That will be the Immortal phase going over once again in favor for Disturbance. They don't lose all their members right here, as everyone is going to be popping right back up. Let's go ahead and take a peek at some of the healing numbers as we're getting into those level 10s in just a second. We already know that Varian went into that Twin Blades. We do have Abathur going ahead and going straight for the bottom lane here. Smart play, so that they'll be able to body. Usually we see the Abathur play a little bit further out, but with Malthael showing in lane, it's not really worth it. And that's also going to be the start of the clear onto this with Zeratul. They start to siege in. That's also going to be 10s achieved on both sides. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Crystal Aegis, Rain of Vengeance, Jugs from Lili, VP from the Zeratul. Malthael still holding 10, but I don't think we're going to get Tormented Souls. Like, I think this is last rights through and through. Web Wrap went out onto that Varian. Rain of Vengeance coming out. That will be the clone onto, I think, Zeratul. So they've got double Zeratul power. That's also going to be the arrow out from Hanzo just to saw them out. Blessed Shield, I do believe, just went out as well. And everything is trying to be used as they're trying to walk away from this. Kurtz will be rotating up. They have picked those last rights. They're trying to get a mark onto 1 to move in into this fight as well. Fork does go down to the Immortal. And now they need to back out. They need to just keep... Wait, last rights goes down to 1, but it's not going to be enough. Not enough damage onto the Anub'arak to get that kill, and this top lane front gate did take a little bit of damage, but not going to be taken out anytime soon. Abathur didn't go in for Mule, actually, level 7. They opted for the Network Carapace. So it's going to give you some more shielding. Some shielding power. You can see that this mini wave is a little more buffed. Hey, Shadamura, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a great day. Good to see you. We are going to be having the clear into this camp from Hanzo. As I said before, they do have their full Hanzo kit, per se, as you can call it. So they have that serrated arrows and the never outmatched for the cooldown reduction, as well as the damage onto mercenary camps and the immortal. They need to hit heroes for the cooldown reduction onto the scatter arrow there, but at the same time, as long as they're hitting enemy heroes, they're able to get that cooldown reduction, which is it's pretty decent. Like, excuse me, wrong talent. There we go. Never outmatched. 3 seconds off every auto, and the autos aren't very quick, but I still think it's a good balance for it. I definitely think, because now you don't throw your Hanzo onto the immortal and your team just zones, because that was the old play and it was so annoying to deal with. It was just like, all right, cool, whoever got Hanzo on Battlefield of Eternity, if they knew how to build it and they knew how to play it and stay safe, and you could have a team that anchored in for you, you were good to go. You could just run over to that immortal, burn it down, and your friendly team would be there just anchoring in zoning to make sure that you weren't picked off. They do pick up this camp for bottom lane. Top lane, I do believe, was picked up a while ago and already cleared out, so they don't need to worry about that. They posture around these immortals. It's going for the defense right away. Just set up for defense. 12 to 12 in levels. Oh, that's a lot of good damage going on to one. Burrow out from a Nubrak. They collapse onto quite a few. That's also going to be the arrow coming out from Hanzo, but the VP actually stalls out everything before it happens. And now we are going to be having, that's the Malthael so very low, but they get the healing in time. They're trying to chase this here. They get the mark onto one. Hanzo with agility over the wall. We also have a fight breaking out just above us on the screen too. Everybody's fighting. Nobody going down just yet. Jugs are going to be popped on Lily. We do have that variant taking a lot of damage, but this is Twin Blades, so they're healing as they're attacking. They move back in. Knockback from the Immortal will get the stun onto one. They're trying to chase into this a little bit further. That will be the dive forward onto the Hanzo player. The clap is there, and they get the kill. Now, Captain Roberts in this backline is going to be trying to clear up. Last Rites went out onto one, I believe, and Zeratul is going to go down regardless. And they force them off, and now they can jump over onto this Immortal. Re-engage for a second there, but that might have been a risky play as they dive forward. That's a lot of good damage coming out. Blinds come out as well. This is the reset for the Immortal phase. And the members of Disturbance shown strong force in game number 1 here. That 13 talent tier advantage for a moment over the enemy team. They'll be able to burn down this Immortal, and that's also going to be their fort going down in bottom lane as Abathur's been buffing this. Making sure, I mean, when it comes to trade outs, I guess that's great, because now you at least have some catapult pressure in that lane, but there is going to be an Immortal pushing down bottom, and this is 12 minutes in. It's starting to scale up quite a bit, and it does some decent damage, so we'll see what they're able to do with that. Clear in through the bottom lane, reset the fight. Joanna actually going to go into top. Deep push this. You can already see them just in the lane ready for this Immortal. They want to burn this down as quickly as possible, take out that shielding. They're not postured up for this. They also do see the Joanna on top. It's an interesting call here to solo lane with that Joanna to push that back like that instead of sieging with the friendly team. That catapult pressure would have naturally won out, but they still get the fort regardless. This Immortal is going to move into that melee range now that it has lost its shielding. They take out the well, trying to get a Rain of Vengeance onto one. Joanna can shark around. Blessed Shield is up and available. They do have that for a setup here. Let's see if they use it. Getting into range, trying to connect onto a couple. That's going to be the Rain of Vengeance, not onto them. Now they're trying to chase this Zeratul here. That's going to be everything used. I believe Last Rites did get a stack on them as well right at the end just to get that extra stack and get the cooldown reduction. This Immortal will be having a sliver of health left. We can actually see it's a little bit more than that. It just isn't showing too well in our bar on the right-hand side, but with the kill onto one, they want to pressure in, and they can get this onto a Nubrak. Burrow charge forward. The Jugs are going to be out as well, but they can focus in on this keep. If they can get this, that'll be nice equalized pressure for bottom, and even better, consistent catapult pressure. But this mini wave is getting a little bit low. Zeratul will be back in a couple seconds. They know this, and they don't want to get any sort of VP setup, so they'll just disengage. They'll leave the keep at about half health, and they'll run away right out of here. Meanwhile, the Abathur will be buffing out this lane and trying to push it back. That's definitely... It's some good Abathur play. Like, let's actually go ahead and take a peek at what they've contributed so far. It's 5,000 experience. Actually, Zeratul running away with it on that friendly team. Malthael doing some double duty in that Soken somehow, some way. We do have the reveal onto the very end. Joanna is going to have to back up. Oh, actually, Clone onto the Zeratul, so they're going to be trying to dive in on this. They want to get some sort of value here. Cleanse goes out onto one. Web Rep out as well. Knockback goes out onto them, and that's going to be the last rights goes out. They get this rip onto, I think, the Clone? I think it was the Clone there, and so they end up getting the Malthael kill. Nubrak will go down a 1-for-1 trade. Varian so very low, they try and auto-attack through it, but they end up going down themselves. That 16 talent here is going to be in favor for Disturbance, but whoo-hoo. Aim for the beard, stayed for the heroes. Thanks, Kybo Tripson. Thanks again. Great games earlier. That was a blast to cast. Excited to see what you guys pull out on Monday. But right now we got ourselves this fun little matchup, and this is going to be camp pressure for bottom lane. Keep is still up in bottom, but it's a little bit low. They didn't go for Mule on that Abathur, so not going to be having any sort of heal up from that. We do have repeated defense for the Ariel, so only needing one more stack on that Detainment Strike into a wall. 17 stacks on the Piercing Hunter, right? Puncturing Arrow. So they only need 3 more of those to finish that out for the extended damage, I believe it is. Excuse me, the increased damage and also the extended bounce. There we go. And the Vala is just able to sit here and just auto attack. We'll see what they're able to do. 16 to 16 in talent tiers. Bottom lane is pressure, so does top lane. Abathur will be trying to do their best with that, but Anubrak burrows forward. We're going to have the banner come out. Clone is going to be out onto the Hanzo here, so they're going to be trying to get that double range duty. But they actually get the kill onto Varian. Blessed Shield, I believe, did just go out. That will be the Immortal Phase going over. Last Rites goes onto one. Zeratul does go down. Arrow from Hanzo as well, and this Clone is still up and alive, and that's going to be Ariel. So very low, but the healing from the Vala autos are keeping her alive. Oh my god, 40 or 50 some health on the Ariel here, and now they want to chase in a little bit further if they're able to get... No, they're not able to get any of those other players, and this is the Immortal Phase in favor for Disturbance. They're going to turn that around. I finished the event yesterday so I can detox from QM. I get you. Since I do a lot of casting during the week, I don't have time to play, so I've been burning through a lot of those just through AI. And just like catch up on a TV show, burn through it in AI, cast some games, go to bed. Immortal, though, fairly healthy. This bottom lane is going to have to be addressed by the Varian, which you can already see them doing that right now. But this is going to be 16 minutes into the game. Going through top lane, it's pretty well defended. They still have the front gate. Varian does need to join the friendly team, and they'll be doing that fairly soon as they wipe out this entire... Abathur trying to make this last a little bit longer. They take that out. They should mount out and just join the team as quickly as possible. They want to try and siege it in as a group. We also do have almost every heroic off cooldown in 6 seconds. That Abathur's the last one for the members of Sack of Bricks. They're poking out on this. They're taking this slow, which is exactly the way you want to do it, so they can whittle down with that Hanzo. That does, though, give time for Varian. Are they just going to backdoor into bottom? I think that's the sharking around. They've just left the Immortal. They're like, all right, you know what? That's fine. You can take that. We'll anchor with our Joanna. We'll dive onto your bottom lane keep, and there'll be pressure in for us. At least the consistent catapult pressure will win out that lane, so they don't need to worry about that too often. Abathur pressure will be a little a bit of a nuisance they need to deal with. You can do them in AI? Yeah, you can do them in AI. That's how I usually do my dailies. Like, I'll put it on the easiest AI, and I'll do, like, 2 dailies before I cast. It's like 5 minutes before I cast, and I'll be like, alright, I'll just speed run dailies really quick. We actually have the invade coming in. They do grab the camp. Nice VP onto every single person, but the arrow from Hanzo will connect onto one. Now they need to find the follow-up damage here. Captain Roberts is able to get the vault forward. That's going to be the last rights going out onto one. Zeratul does go down. The clone is going to be ending as well, and a Nubrak to follow. The jugs are not going to be enough. And now we have them chasing in here. Kurtz is trying to get the damage as well as the slows coming out from this Varian. I think Styxa says, you know what, this is a dead Lily. I'm just going to go ahead and hearth out of here. But Belial might be able to get the shield glare if they can get something to interrupt it. They do find it. Shield glare onto one. Hungering arrow chasing after. Get some autos onto a couple units here and there. They have the they're trying to get the dismount. The chase is gonna be there. The hungering arrow. Oh, the Captain Roberts needs to play this safe. Here's the thing though, that did stop them from... I was watching the VOD and you formally apologize. Jesus. I love how it's just messing it up right there as well. Thank you so much, Kaleo, for permitting that. Malthea will be going down as they're trying to make this core rush right now, and this is actually going a little south for them. Crystal Aegis right at the right moment, but regardless, that will be Ariel getting popped like a pimple, and now they're just trying to... This variant is just going ham as the rest of the team is going to be just getting right out of there, but that's going to be the arrow out. Oh, no. I looked up and I was like, play of the game? No, it's not going to be happening. I'd like to formally apologize for being just... This is looter. I don't know why that's getting me. You know any speed stress for those dailies? Play sieging heroes. Like if they're like, play an assassin, play Greymane. Or actually play Sylvanas. Or play Asmodan. Like play something that siege is really good. Sergeant Hammer's great for burning through that stuff too. Anything that can siege really well or burn through kills so that way your team can just keep pressuring up. That's the easiest thing if you ever want to speedrun dailies. Play aggressive and put it on the easiest mode. I need my gold. I need to finish those dailies out. I need to scratch that itch. This is going to be the complete turnaround. Meanwhile, here's the thing: we do have Hanzo sitting on this immortal by themselves. Death timers are still going. Keep is down. Here's the thing also: if they do win out this immortal phase, which I'm expecting them to, actually no, there's still a halfway mark in Vala. Well, Vala's still down, so they have to still win. I think a fight here. But if they win the immortal phase, this is still going to go to the top lane. It's actually going to go to the top lane for either team regardless because of just, it's always going to go to the most well-defended lane. Mubarak is going to be just sitting in this bush over here. They're just grabbing some pressure to put into top lane on top of that. And then realistically, all they can do here is they're just like, we're just going to take out some shielding as best as we can. We're buying time for a Vala to get back. Top lane has sieged up quite a bit. Abathur will need to respond to this, and these two catapults might be able to just burn right through this keep. Hold on, we're going to take a peek at this for a second. I'm going to hover over this mid lane. These catapults, yeah, they take out the keep. Dang, those things are absolute. Wasn't a legitimate question, I was just harassing you for thanks to the info. Hey, it's what I do. Zul became a bruiser. I mean, Zul can be bruisery. I've seen some solo tank Zul play before. Top lane is going to be having this late game immortal. We'll see what they're able to do with that on the side of Sack of Rocks as they also go ahead, excuse me, Sack of Bricks as they go ahead and there's a Blessed Shield coming out from... Oh, they're going to be getting a lot of good damage here. That's going to be the web wrap onto one. Hanzo with the arrow as well. Crystal Aegis will be coming out. Web wrap still on to this Vala who is stuck inside the stasis there from Zeratul as well. They burrow in once again. So much good damage coming out. Varian will be going down first in this engagement. They're trying to push out the damage, but it's not going to be happening. They get knocked away from this Immortal as well. And now Malthea trying to just get a kill. Maybe they were trying to be like, I can fight them until my last rights is up and available. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. And they start to push in on this top lane. This could be the game number one going over to Sack of Bricks. We'll see here as they get the burrow charge forward. Oh, Mobo is taking so much damage. Zeratul, do they have the extra cleave damage? It's not going to be there. Now they move over onto this core because, oh wait, no, Joanna not able to survive. They go down, they stagger out some deaths. This is actually getting really, really close now. The Immortal has burned right through that, and they have the Vala up and available. She's going to try and get the damage out here, and they're doing their best. That will be the Immortal going down. The core is at 51%. They need to... I don't think they're going to be able to do this here. This is actually going to be Sack of Bricks turning the game around. A core rush goes bad for the side of Disturbance, and they claim the victory in game number one. GG, well played. Cast right now. The battle begins in Asmodan, and it's Wrath. I'm so happy. They did it. We did it. We also are going to be having a Lunara as level as well. I like that. Bring it back. Bring what back? Oh no. See, this is why I hate 60-second delays. Show me the talents. I did show talents. Right? Either way, let's go ahead and get into this. Leoric is going to be going straight into that top lane. So, all right. So the reason I like this a lot is because they have a dedicated solo laner, which means they're going to be throwing Asmodan in the rotations between mid and bottom. Yo, Slavic, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. I really appreciate that. I'll resend your subscription after we get out of this cast right here. Thank you once again. Tier 1, 5 months. Thank you so much. Yeah, remember to play co-op for the next event so I don't stress myself out playing quick match. Yeah, that's true. A lot of poison damage is going to be coming out from Kurtz right here on this Lunar, but they get actually harassed a little bit by ETC. Now we're just going to be continuing to have these rotations come out. They want to dunk out and try and stack up the Asmodee as quickly as possible. I don't know what the bans were, but I'm wondering if there's any reason why they didn't go into a Kael'thas at any point just for any of the extra wave clear or a Jaina to pair into that. Technically, yes, you are going to double mage in a sense, but the wave clear from Jaina pairs well into the Asmodee or the Kael'thas because then you can flame strike or blizzard the wave, dump a globe, and boom, you're done. The nice thing too is also with Wrath, if you're hitting these enemies on low health, you can actually just continue to just get those autos and stack up that way. Bombardment's a really good way to stack up as well, because you can get 3 stacks off of that with those auto attacks after a dunk at level 7. Rathmadan? Yes, Rathmadan. Rathmadan is the best Madan. Okay, Leo. Okay, Leo. Power slide from ETC, knockback onto this Brightwing. They have the follow-up Lunar Flare as well. Nice damage coming out. Really good synergies right there. We do have this bottom lane laser out from the Asmodee. I'm just going to be like hovering over what talents they pick. Like, what are we taking it for? If you take Art, don't you dare take Art, or don't you dare take the double summons. Hit the cooldown. Go for cooldown reduction. Battleborn, right? I do believe it's Battleborn. Yes, cooldown reduction. Because then when you do bombardment, you do 3 auto attacks, and then you get 3 cooldowns from that, and so you're able to cool down your lieutenants and your hell minions as well. Sorry, it's my favorite hero, and I get really excited about the talent build on that one. You banned Kael'thas? Okay, all right. Power slide in from ETC, nice globe coming out as well. Captain Roberts trying to stay in this backline for some extra damage. We actually do have Lunara just below us poking out that damage onto the Hanzo, and they're able to get a little bit more, but they have the agility over the wall, which is a really good disengage. 5 to 5 in levels, we really haven't seen any sort of major advantage for either side. The first objective is up and available, but no one going for it just yet. Rathmadan is badass Madan. Okay, so you banned out Kael'thas, so that took that away from them. Okay, good to know. Thank you so much, Rathland Gaming. Also, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Double summons is a trap talent. Exactly. It is so a trap talent. Hold on, we have the Celestial Charge going in onto ETC. So much damage is there as well, and they get the pop with Lunara. First kill of the game going over to Disturbance, and now this point is going to be over in their favor a little bit more. They do have the Wisp below and also Wrathling scouting out. Going to be dunking in a little bit to steal out some of those Skeletal Defenders, sitting at 62 stacks currently before they hit that 200 bonus damage, and then we'll be looking for the 400 for the increased everything else that you're getting. Oh my god, this Leoric is trying to just keep themselves alive with the Drain Hope, and I think it actually worked out for them. They need to get like 1 heal maybe from Tyrande. No, they're going to be absolutely fine making it out alive. That Drain Energy, or that Drain Hope, is so valuable for them right there. We still have mid lane pressure going in. 7 talent tier in favor for Disturbance, but it's not too far behind on the right hand side. Mambo is taking a lot of damage. And this Brightwing needs to play super safe. If they get dunked on or anything, that could be the lights out for the Fairy Dragon, and they'll back out, they'll cycle out, they'll go ahead, tap the well, and get ready for another re-engagement here in just a second. Okay, knockback from ETC. Celestial Charge onto a couple. Really close onto these Skeletal Defenders, but now Captain Roberts has a lot of mana, so they're able to dump out all these Fell Flames. Only sitting at 18 stacks on that Echo Corruption. Got a few more right there, but that will be Tyrande going down to Lunara, and that is also going to be the Punisher in favor for the members of Disturbance. They pull this into the lane as it's not going to be doing too much damage to their front gate. Lunara did go into... Okay, no, Siphoning Toxin and Wild Vigor. So they're not going to be having any sort of the extra damage onto non-heroic units being able to have that burn. Oh my god, the burn though onto Lunara will be going out as they find the kill. Nexus forces coming in strong. They take out that Lunara. The bait is over the wall. They'll drain a little bit of health from this, and it looks like I think the front gate will be the only thing to go down, and they'll lose the Lunara here. How are you, Baha? I'm lonely. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got some good games. Some good casted games. I'm sorry you're lonely. Which squeeze Talented Leoric pick. Squeeze talent. He went for hopelessness to increase the range of Drain Hope by 25%. Squeeze talent. I've never seen it called that. That's so good. Celestial charge on to Stixa here. They're actually going to be trying to chase into this. They need to back out now instead of getting hit by that Globe of Annihilation. 121 stacks sitting on that Asmodean. They haven't hit that 10 just yet, and they are going to go for Bombardment as well on that level 7. Just doing all the right Asmodean things. You got to take just Tide Pool. That's all you got to do. Don't do this. Don't do this. This not Army of the Undead. Demonic Invasion rigmarole. Don't you do this to me. Alright, we have bottom lane getting pushed out by Kurtz. Asmodean might be able to scout that out, or they're just going to go for the wave clear. A little bit of pressure in for mid. Nothing on the right-hand side just yet. We do have the Bruiser Camp picked up for top lane. They invade, but yeah, this is going to be... They just walk right out of there. The Wisp will scout out where they're coming in, so they're just like, it's not going to be... Yeah, that's not happening, so they're just going to back right out of there. Okay, this is what I thought. Okay, Siphoning Toxin is... Squeeze my butt talent. ETC is going to be taking stage dive. We have Tyrande with the Lunar Flare, not Lunar Flare, from the moon. Oh my god, I can't think of the title. Starfall, there we go. Like every other falling thing. And we're going to have a little bit of pressure into the top lane as well. Yeah, Kaleo makes like the best commands for this channel. Like, there's a rank command that he made, which always gets me. Like, yeah, there's a lot of good commands in this channel because of Kaleo. This is gonna also be the Bruiser Camp on the left-hand side picked up. Imperius has pushed this up quite a bit. It looks like there's a whoops being called out. I'm looking through talents and trying to see if there's like anything worthwhile to whoops, but who knows? We are going to be having, oh my god, Wrath of Angiris. Wrath of Angiris for the Imperius. We're gonna be having the power bomb coming out. No stage dive actually used. It's gonna be the Horrify coming out from Gul'dan. Starfall gonna be out as well. A lot of good damage will be there. They're not able to confirm a kill just yet. Starfall is going to get them some good cooldown reductions as well as the. Oh my god, this Joanna is so very low. They go ahead and have the phase shift. Wrath of Angiris gets the ETC pulled into the team, and they're not able to confirm the kill. That's gonna be the camp throwing these spears and chasing after, but unfortunately they don't get it right there. A lot of heroics used. Nothing going to be, no kills yielded from any of that. We do have those Thornwood Vines in favor for that Lunara, so she will be able to get that poke damage out. Breaking Bahamut one butt joke at a time. You're talking about butts to your mind went to the moon. Honest to God, yeah. I initially just wanted to be like, I blame Kaleo, and I was like, no, it's your own fault. You started talking and think about butts. I'll show you a moonfall. Oh, you fired your alt. Okay, I did. Hey, I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. So if you didn't note it in chat, we wouldn't have seen it whatsoever. Or I was reading chat itself right there and completely missed it. Nice use of the ETC in the bottom lane right now. They're waiting to have that stage dive in. A lot of good damage coming out though from Disturbance. ETC in the backline power slide. They're going to be focusing on the Lunara. Doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem for them. They just readjust, and the healing out from Brightwing will be good. That's also going to be the polymorph onto 1. They're stepping up, but the Horrify separates them from that step up. They try and get the chase in here. That's going to be some good damage out onto the Asmodean. They start to back off here, and now Imperius goes down. That's also going to be huge arrow from Stixa confirming the kill into Brightwing, and now Belial is so very low. They should be able to get that with the Entomb power slide, and there's only 18 skeletal defenders in favor for Disturbance. The grippy hand gets onto Kurtz here, that Drain Hope, and they end up backing out. Looks like Stixa wants to try and chase Captain Roberts. They're not able to get it, but that will be Punisher going over in favor for Sack of Bricks. They'll be able to push that in through mid. They could go ahead and try and open this up a little bit more. Their siege is fairly strong. They've also got the wave stacked up quite a bit. I was waiting to see if that Sonic Arrow was going to hit them as they were hearthing. That would have been great. But we could see maybe like an Asmodean rotate in the lane, push out and help out, and also finish out the quest as they only need 7 more stacks, 13 to 12 in levels. I believe this is the second. No, I think this is the 3rd Punisher of the game going over to the side of Sack of Bricks. Maybe it's the 2nd. It's just been delayed out for a bit. I can't remember, honest to God. Your mind got butt washed. Dunk goes out. That will be also the Wrath level 1 being finished there, so they are going to be having that extra damage. Arrow going a little... Just, you know, saying, hey, that top lane, it's got a catapult in it. They just wanted to highlight that with the arrow, because it's a giant arrow on the map. Phase shift from the Brightwing here, but that should have maybe been on Wrathling, as they're taking a lot of damage. That is going to be the Echo Corruption finish from the Gul'dan, so they have a lot of good damage. Nice use of the Celestial Charge to back out of there. No, wait, did they just pop? They popped Wrath of Angiris in the wrong direction as a disengage tool. Strong, but it's an 80-second cooldown. Yeah, okay, yeah, because it was at like 77 seconds when I saw them do that, like, lunge grab thing. So maybe that was in the wrong direction, who knows? Seems like the red team is half fighting and half going for objective. That's what they're losing the team fights. I can agree with that. I can agree with that a little bit. The Orca's gonna grab the left-hand side. And we're just, it's a little bit of the kind of the recap time, or the slow time. We're waiting for one talent tier 16 to hit for Sack of Bricks. They need to close that experience gap on the side of Disturbance. They don't want to take a risky fight. We've got the next Punisher popping up in bottom lane, so this is probably a good, well-defended lane for Disturbance. But Lau going to be diving right in on this and walking right out. Interesting choice of checking that bush right there. They'll be fine. No one going to be going down just yet. That 16 talent tier extremely close. Going to be using those Thornwood Vines to poke out here and there. Turn around to finding the side little alley here to take out the well. That's going to be a nice use right there. Captain Roberts with a little poke damage out here and there. It was just a misclick? Okay. Well, you know what? You should have just been like, yeah, no, it was like my god tier strat to keep myself alive. Toronto with the, oh my god, the arrow coming out from Hanzo, getting the stun. They find, oh, a Horrify as well, but it puts them right into the enemy team. Now we have the rotation coming out from the enemy side, and that's going to be actually ETC going down. The Starfall will be there. Sticks it a little bit low. They try and chase us out. Echo Corruption coming out as well. Dunk out from the Azmodan, taking a couple members down a little bit further in their health, but I think they'll be fine. I think I fired my ult twice when I was trying to spray. Damn fat fingers. I've done that way too many times. I think I've like mosh pitted, and when I was trying to spray, and as a punishment to myself, I just let the whole ult go and just sat there while my friends on comms insulted me and shamed me for. I need to just rebind that key. Like I can't keep my spray key next to my ult key, because post 10 I mess up a lot. Looks like we actually have a DC at one point, but maybe I don't think. Yeah, there you go. So when it comes to replays, we actually don't have to deal with the extra pause. We can just see that everyone's all set, and the member's already back in. So nice benefit of the DCs in these games, as it's just like it doesn't matter because we don't have to wait for the game to pause and actually go through all of that rigmarole, or fast forward in any way, shape, or form. Top lane is going to be picked up on the side of Sack of Bricks as well as Disturbance, so they'll be crashing in together. But they have some added catapult pressure periodically, so this will probably win over the lane a little bit more. Lyle going to be coming up here, but here's the thing. ETC is going to be joining in on that top lane. And ETC has stage dive, so they can stay up here as long as they need to, which allows them to be able to push out this. You see them just focusing straight on that shaman, so there's no more summons of those hounds. And now the Joanna's rotating down into mid. Oh, they're going to be on their own up in that top lane, but it's 16 to 16 in talent tiers. They have the Celestial Charge onto one. They're looking for some extra damage. I think the Blessed Shield came out as well. They're trying to get onto them, but that's the Wrath of Angiris not connecting. Ratling is trying to get the extra damage, but they don't want to take. Oh, Styx almost getting caught by the Horrify there. ETC with the stage dive in, not connecting onto anyone. This is going to be the majority of the Skeletal Defenders in favor for Disturbance, at least for the time being, 29 to 18. Gul'dan needs to join in this fight, or at least whittle them back, as basically chat was exactly saying that. Also, Azmodan dunking in here every 10 seconds is huge for them. These Fell Flames are getting a lot of good value here. ETC with the power slide. This is getting really nerve-wracking. We do have the Leoric coming back at this time as well. Hanzo with an arrow, but it's not going to confirm a kill. Jumping over the wall. The Lunar Flare follows up. Brightwing, and now they get the Joanna. 35 Skeletal Defenders on both sides. Entomb goes out onto the Lunara below us, and they end up stealing this away through bottom lane. And the other thing to note here is, hold on, Stixa with one. So Captain Roberts is the only one left. Here's the thing too, this is what I noted before. This top lane was going to win out. Also, ETC pushed that out. They have a catapult on top of it. 15 minutes in this game, this thing is really starting to siege in. They've also got the Punisher pushing through bottom on top of that. This gets closer and closer and more nerve-wracking as we progress further into this game here. Top lane keep goes down. Gul'dan's just like, the best thing I can do is at least clear out this top lane pressure while our couple members are back. If they take down this keep, or if they wipe on the side of Disturbance, this could be game number 2 going over to Sack of Bricks. I'm a little, I don't know if I want to say worried, but it's just like, are they going to be able to end right here? Punisher jumps over. It's going to be the knockback as well. A little bit of poke onto Kurtz on the side. Horrify comes out as well. That'll be the Celestial Charge into 1. They get a lot of good burst damage, and ETC does go down. Core, though, falling in health. The Punisher's still up. Starfall will confirm the kill onto Lunara, the Brightwing as well. The Nexus Force is too strong. Celestial Charge onto 1, and this Punisher still sitting at 30-some%, is going to be heckling the Core. Arrow goes out from Hanzo. Not going to connect on a kill, but it looks like that's going to be game number 2 going over to Sack of Bricks. They take the series in a 2-0 fashion. GG. Well played.